Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to. Sorry if my energy is a little low or a little high, depending on how I'm talking right now. My mom just had 2 heart attacks today, earlier on, a couple of hours ago. I might be talking a little bit energized because I hit the wall, climbed over the wall, and now I'm manic. Or I might be talking too low because I am depresso espresso, so I am stressed out, tired, a depresso espresso. So I might be talking too low in this video. One of the two, maybe both. But anyways, we're going to be talking about a mental health awareness video, which for Mental Health Awareness Month, as it's coming to its close, and what we're talking about is my mental health with being a psychopath. Well, not a legit psychopath, but a borderline psychopath. Let's get into it. So, let's do this. Disclaimer, I am not a legitimate psychopath, but I do have psychotic traits from other mental illnesses and lack of empathy that makes me borderline psychopath, but I'm not completely lack of empathy and lack of feelings and emotions. So we're going to talk about that in there, but disclaimer, there is a spectrum to this stuff, and not all people who are psychopaths or sociopaths are going to be serial unalivers or abusers and stuff, and they can live perfectly into society. But there is the chance that because of nature and nurture, that some people do fall into the category of serial unalivers. Now let's do this. So, my situation specifically for me is that yes, I lack a severe amount of empathy, and that goes to my schizophrenia trait. Not all people with schizophrenia will have psychotic tendencies, but it does for me, and it's a little bit more than the average, unfortunately. For example, when me and my sister got into a physical altercation when we were younger and someone tried to stab another person, they my sister broke down sobbing and I felt absolutely nothing. Like I was emotionally numb, and this has continued throughout my life for various things of just numbness. Like, for example, I might have sound down in the previous videos about my mom. That's mostly exhaustion, but I am numb to my mom actually having heart issues. I know I should feel something. I know I should be crying. I know I should have empathy, but it's just numbness. And that could be from years of harmful stuff done by my mother and such. I know I care about her though, and I know I don't want her to succumb to her heart issues. But I just can't connect the feeling of what I know I should feel, the stress, the sadness, all that stuff. Like I just don't feel it, and that can make me sometimes really reliable in situations like, for example, this morning when my mom was actively having a heart attack, I was calm, collected, but numb to the situation. I was able to get the phone calls and get my mom to the ER and such. So sometimes it has its benefits, but other times I have a severe lack of empathy and I don't realize it. And sometimes I can sound very serial unalivey, like when I have the end of my shot for my Invega for schizophrenia and I start to take everything personally. I get very, very serial unalivey sounding, like super psychotic sounding, like very vindictive, nasty, like I am going to frick this stuff up type of situation. Do I mean it? No, absolutely not. But it does happen where I do get that on that very edge, a cusp of like, you are kind of sus with that right now. But do I feel that way naturally with medications and how I feel about the people I love? No. And yes, I do love people. I do feel that with a few certain peoples. The few people I feel compassion, love, empathy for is my partner, animals, and kids. Why kids? Because they are why animals and kids specifically? They are defenseless, helpless, and just altogether, altogether they are vulnerable and they react on emotions that are not out of personal gain or choices like that. So if I see like small kids being hurt or animals being hurt, I will break down crying. But I see a grown man being hurt, I'm just like, meh. Is it terrible? Yes, it is. But it is how my brain works. And I've never harmed any animals, which thank God, because I would have probably never be able to live with myself. But I've had moments where I've had psychotic breaks. One notable one is because I also have DID, so that's an issue as well. So when I had DID issues, I blacked out, jumped on my mom, wrapped my arms around her neck, and took a chunk out of her back. YouTube, this is me telling a story. No one has been currently hurt. This is the past of telling a story about mental illness for mental health awareness. Disclaimer. Now, of course, do I regret this? Yes, but do I remember any of it? Hell no. Hell no. I don't remember a single second of it. The only reason I knew it happened was because of the stitches she got in her back because of it and the stuff with the legal system that happened at that time. Won't disclose any other information. But yes, I had psychotic breaks in the past, which go with my DID as well, where I've lost time and just completely lost my marbles and done pretty psychotic poo. And then there's the lack of empathy I have for certain things. Like when I get like something is personally offended me, I get like really cold and I don't like how that is with me. I don't like being like that at all. So I actively try to learn how to be a better person in general because I want to be a better person and less, well, psychotic, because I do have those tendencies and stuff. I've never hurt any animals. I never hurt any kids, but I had moments in my young adult life where I have done things I deeply regret. Have I ever unalived anyone? No. Have I attempted to? No. But what I have done is harm people when I blacked out and lost time, aka have a psychotic break or switch to DID. And I don't know which one it is because I have no memories of them at all. But I've had those moments and it's terrifying. It's terrifying because when I get like that, I can't tell I'm like that. It just happens. There's a lack of empathy to other people and their feelings and how I'm treating them. And also, then there's the point where I black out and have no recollection of what I do. And it's terrifying. It's freaking terrifying. And it's one of the biggest things I hate about myself. I hate when I get like that. I hate when I get nasty. And so I medicate myself to the medication I need that helps with it. But still, there's just sometimes I hate to admit this. I have empathy for my partner more than I have empathy for any other human being alive. Like it's as close as I get to feeling actual pure empathy. But what I lack with it is when we are fighting and we have arguments because our mental illnesses clash. And I'm like, literally, it's just where I'm like, is this seriously what she's talking about? I know that's horrible. That's horrible. And I'm disgusted for feeling that way. But it's because my mental illness is like, at those points when I break like that, close to psychotic breaks, cannot feel empathy at all during those moments, like at all for anything. And I hate that about me, and it scares the heck out of me. And yes, I've had a fascination with blood and other things while I was 13 to 15 during this time, and I got the medical help to get the treatment to deal with it. It's an ongoing battle, and it will be an ongoing battle for the rest of my life with this. I know how to feel compassion, even though I don't feel empathy. It's a weird line thing. I know when people are sad and that they need someone to support them. I know that they need someone to be there. And I know that certain things make people feel certain other things. But the reason I'm borderline is because once I make a deep, meaningful connection with someone, I can more so have small amounts of empathy towards them, for them in general, and actually feel empathy for when they are sad, hurt, or scared, or anything like that. And that's why it's borderline. It's like an active thing that I have to be really emotionally connected to that person, and also that they have not have to like abuse me, like my sisters and my brother and my mom. We've had a lot of fights in our lives, and emotional harmies and stuff, and physical harmies and such and all that, that I have no empathy for them because they have burned every bridge. Of course, I love my mom. I know I love my mom, but I don't have certain empathy for her. And I hate that about myself. I wish I could change that, but I physically can't. Like, there is a lack of it, and it terrifies the hell out of me. So I actively, because I'm borderline and I have the issues of lack of empathy, both it's borderline because schizophrenia and schizophrenics have psychotic tendencies. That is an issue that people have, and they have psychotic breaks and stuff. But mine, a doctor has told me way in the past, I don't know if this is still accurate, so do not quote me, but that I lack a certain thing of empathy, but I have a strange amount of extreme empathy for like animals and small children. Like, that I just start sobbing when I see them hurt or something, or see a picture of a GoFundMe of a small child who has cancer. I just break down sobbing because that is where all my empathy goes. And that is why. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more mental health awareness videos done by me with my experiences with mental health and such, comment below which ones you would like to see and like me to talk more on and all that good stuff. And I hope that you all enjoyed, and I hope that you're all having a great mental health awareness month and all that good stuff. And stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro, a baseball bat. Secret outro time. So, secret outro episode of today was, the question is, if you could have a death note to get rid of one single person, you didn't have the effects of the death note, but you had the concept, you could write anyone's name down, who would you write down to just have a random heart attack and they're erased from existence? Who would it be? Now, personally, I can't say what mine is because it's very political and I don't want to get canceled for obvious reasons by supporters of this person. But if I could, that would be it. And also, I don't want to get flagged on YouTube. Anyways, what would yours be? Comment them below. Also, before, if I could have done this before my brother passed, I would have written down my brother's name because he's a racist, a homophobe, a transphobe, and he has SA'd small children. So I would have definitely wrote down his name 100%. And he's an animal abuser, so a piece of poo. Like, he's been that since he was a kid, but he is unalive now because of an overdose. So yeah, I would have wrote his name down if I had it before. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed, and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye, and happy Mental Health Awareness Month. Bye bye.